This looks good.
It looks good. I like it.
Welcome to Soul Seekers, or welcome Soul Seekers, because this isn't the official show. So welcome Soul Seekers. I'm Patricia Wolfson, one of your soul guides.
Hello, everybody. I am Linda Krause-Barnett. I am one of your other soul guides. Welcome to the week before Christmas and Hanukkah and whatever else you celebrate.
All of them.
Just all of them, all the holiday season.
I celebrate as much as possible.
I know, right? Any reason to party, I'm in. So today we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about holiday expectations, holiday fun and joy and stress and the whole kit and caboodle that comes with it. Family in town, family out of town, traveling, what it looks like for you guys, what it looks like for us, and kind of, just your mindset on the holiday. I think that's important.
Yeah, we were inspired to do this because when Linda and I connected, as we always do, a while before we come live, and we talk about like, hey, so what do we, what's going on? So I had my annual holiday meltdown this weekend.
I love how it's a thing.
It is a thing. It is awesome. Actually, we had friends over on Saturday, and my husband said we had, what did he call it? It was like the holiday emotional release or something. Like it was really, and I was like, oh yeah, I do kind of do this every year, and I'm sure if you're watching, you can probably relate that, like you get closer to the holiday. And this year I feel more than ever, I was like, wait, what? It's not December 1st. How are we at December 16th already? And this weekend came and I realized I didn't have a tree. My house is not decorated. I do have my parents coming in to visit, which I'm really happy about, but I also am like, I gotta, prepare the spare room. I have to get all the decorations up. Plus we have the show that we're doing and editing and, and I have a couple other things on the side that I'm working on. And I went like, if we don't get the tree, and we were supposed to go on Friday to get the tree, but it was pouring rain, so we didn't. And then we were supposed to go Saturday and it was still raining. So I'm like, if I don't get the tree by Friday or Saturday, it means I can't decorate on Sunday. So you guys can see my tree right here. I did get the tree. As you can see. I'm very excited, but it is not decorated. And I really started to panic. And it's just the natural, earthly nerves, that happen in this physical time and space and in these bodies where we are conditioned to be prepared and be ready and have everything the way it's supposed to be. And that pressure will build. And when you feel like you're failing, which is how it can feel at this time of year, if you don't have presents, or not to mention all the other things that could be going on in your life. If you've experienced a loss this year and that's, big emotions happen, or if you don't have family to celebrate, or, you're seeing everybody else on Instagram or Facebook and you're watching their happy holiday preparation or their parties and you don't have any of that. Like it can be really, really depressing, and it can be this time of year can be super, super difficult. From my own perspective, I do feel the pressure, but this is when we need to utilize our tools. And so one of the most important tools is to allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. And that was something that I'm very grateful for, that my family, knows this about me, and they don't judge me for feeling these feelings, and they allow me and see me and kind of hold space for me as I do it. And so I had my big emotional meltdown, and my husband was like, let's see what you can do to turn this around, because it was still early and it was a Saturday and we had friends coming over, and I'm like crying in my kitchen. I'm just looking like, what? I don't want to do anything. I want to get my tree and I can't get my tree, and it's not going to work, and I'm going to be stuck doing everything by myself, and I'm crying. And then, of course, my oldest came up to me and like gave me a hug, and he put on Christmas music, and all the kids put on their Christmas sweaters, and like they tried to create a Christmas feeling for me, which was part of what I was feeling, is like my house isn't ready for Christmas. Like I'm not feeling in the Christmas spirit. I wanted to have a Christmas party and I'm not feeling any of this. And We put on the music. I put on this like holiday essential oil mix that, had all the stuff. And we put the music on, and I just allowed myself to feel both sad and angry for what I was feeling under pressure. But then I also allowed that feeling to leave. And I allowed the new feeling of pride, and happiness, and seeing my children want to turn things around to help and support me through my rough moment.
Of course.
Yeah. And
then you remember what it's all really about at the end of the day, the holidays, that's what it's about. It's about the preparation. Like, we get lost in the results. And what happens, is we get there's such a end result we're trying to capture. Like, my house is you have a vision of what your house is going to look like. Your whole family is going to be dressed beautifully. Everybody's going to get along, la, 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 like the Christmas miracle, And we
have the same expectation every year, even though that's not what happens.
But there's so much, like, the real joy comes from the prep, and the real joy comes from, like, we're doing it together. Me and the kids decorated the tree before, like 3 weeks ago. Because
I know.
And the thing is, my mom was leaving for France, and she offered me her fake tree. She's like, well, I'll just bring it over. Bill and I will bring it over. I have all the decorations in a box, and you can do it. Because I kept complaining, I want to get a tree. And I was a little nervous to go we always have a real tree. And I love the smell. I love everything. But this year it was going to be a little harder because I was doing, I would have had to go get it on my own, cut it on my own, transport it. I was like, how am I going to get it off the car when I get here? And then here my mom offers me the solution. And I was like, no, I was resistant. I'm like, no, it has to be a real tree. It has to smell like Christmas. It has to. And my daughter was sitting with me, and my mom's like, light a pine candle and take the fake tree. And my daughter's like, why don't we do that? And I'm like, I don't know. Like, I guess I should. And I'm telling you, I took the fake tree, which is gorgeous. I took the decorations that I didn't have to go to storage and get because my mom handed me her Christmas box. And I lit a pine candle. And I have this, it was so easy. And once I took away the resistance of what it had to be, and I let it, I was like, I have this solution right here in my hands that the tree could be up tonight. And it was. And the kids and I decorated. My kids were so excited. They wore little reindeer ears. And I was like, we put the pressure on ourselves oftentimes, and it's okay that, my tree's not real this year, because it was fun and easy. And it gave me more time to spend with my family. And we are afraid we think that shortcuts is like a 4-letter word, like a bad word. Yeah. And shortcuts aren't a bad word because they give you more time with your family. They give you more time make, the fun of it. One of the great ways to have fun during the holidays is to take shortcuts. Yes, it would be great if I baked cookies from scratch, but I don't. I use the box because it's a shortcut, and it gives me the freedom to not have to do all the things, measure. And and it's not lazy. Sometimes a shortcut is just capturing there's so much I want to do that if I could take a shortcut, it would allow me to do so much more that I want to do.
Well, that's just it. And one of the things that I need to remind myself of, because we talk about this stuff, but it's also because for me personally, and I talk to my friends and my clients about these things, but I also have to remind myself. It's not
you're human.
I know exactly what I'm doing today, and my emotions are always even keel and everything's fabulous. I wish it was, but it isn't, because that's not how life is, and that's not how human living works. That's not how humanness exists.
Right.
And so really at the end of the day, and sometimes my kids are my reminders, sometimes my husband, sometimes it's me, or sometimes a meme. Somebody will send me a meme and I'll be like, oh, that was the reminder I needed today. It's really about, what do you want to capture? What is the feeling that you want to capture in your holiday experience? And sometimes, in order to capture that feeling, the shortcut is the quickest way to capture that feeling. And sometimes the longer route is that way because there's something about the experience. But it's really up to you to decide. And that was the thing for me. I wanted us to have fun. And so the little adjustments that we made, even though we didn't have the tree, I put a couple of decorations up. I, did put the pine scented essential oils on, and the kids put their Christmas sweaters on, and suddenly, it was like immediately it created that feeling that I wanted, which was that festive feeling. And so then I was like, okay, and I'm going to cook, and for me, I was like, am I going to order in or am I going to cook? But the cooking for me is part of the experience.
Yeah, it's part of how you get into the holiday mood.
Exactly. So sometimes I pick the ordering in, but on that particular day, I was like, no, cooking is part of my holiday festive experience.
Yeah, then you get all the smells in the house.
Yes.
And absolutely. But I also think this time of year with the expenses, and if you're struggling with money and finances, and, I've really had the conversation this year with my kids, especially now I'm not, I don't have a salary this year, and Christmas looks different. And and I was like, let's go back to what the point of a holiday is. And I get it. Your kids, you're excited about gifts. That's awesome. But what could we do to give back? We donated probably, 16 bags of toys. I kid you not, in the last 2 days, because I was like, let's think about who might be out there who has less than us, and how can we contribute, and how could we give back? And I feel like we have to find our place in the I don't want to be swept away by
marketing.
Yeah. Well, it's okay. I just want the kids to be excited, but I want the excitement to come from things other than just the presents. And and so I've been really working on that with them. And, I have my daughter researching, I don't know, is there a nursing home? We could go read to people some books. It's a giving time of year. And so you guys are going to get presents, and it's going to be awesome, and it's going to be fun. But leading up to that, what are opportunities to give to create that same feeling? I think they need to know that giving gives them the same emotional satisfaction as receiving. And it's something that I need them to learn. So we've been working on that.
That's a great practice for anybody. And I find that definitely if I'm in a funk, if I'm feeling in a funk, I will, very often connect with somebody who needs me. In being a support system for somebody else, it brings so much happiness to me. I really, and it's something that we need to teach our children, because it's important for them to know that beautiful feeling you do get when you're giving, giving your time, giving your energy, giving your focus.
Yeah. And I think too, this year has been such a year of me really being okay with seeing things differently. Mm-hmm. And so you and I just talked about this. I used to go out for New Year's. I used to go out for Christmas. I used to have fancy dresses and fancy outfits and go to parties. And, the last few years have been more in the house parties, cooking, not getting as dressed up. But there's beauty in that too. And I think we need to look for beauty however it's available to us this season, this year. And we can always look forward to changing it. But we've got to find happiness in our holiday season as it stands.
Absolutely. I think it really is about capturing what do you want from this holiday season, and how can you create it in a way that feels really good for you and your family without worrying about the expectations that you may or may not have from growing up or from what you think you're supposed to, but what's going to make you feel good and do that. So that's our little
spiel.
Our little contribution to you on the holidays for this week. And we will have a show airing this Thursday. So if you are not yet subscribed to our channel, go to youtube.com/soulseekerstv, and please subscribe and catch our show on Thursday at 11 o'clock a.m. in the Eastern Standard Time. That's it.
That's it. And it's a funny, funny show. You'll want to watch it. Trust me.
Bye.
Bye, guys.